Crawford, Kearns, and McPhee for the Riversharks. For the Revs tonight, it'll be Mikey Reynolds at second, leading things off. Wilson Valdez, the shortstop, bats in the 2-hole. Eric Patterson in left field bats third. Hitting cleanup in right is Brandon Boggs. Andres Perez will DH and hit fifth. Brian Pounds at third base is batting sixth. Talvin Nash, the start at first base tonight, he'll hit seventh. Salvador Paniagua will do the catching for Gailey and bat eighth. And James Simmons in center field hits ninth. Again, Reynolds, Valdez, Patterson, Boggs, Perez, Pounds, Nash, Paniagua, and Simmons for the Revs. And those lineups, once again, are brought to you by Flying Feet. Ready to go tonight as Gailey gets set to toe the rubber. 3-3 at 2.46 ERA coming into this one. And Michael Rocket digs in. And our Dasher Investment Services first pitch here tonight is in at the knees, a called strike, and we are underway. It's a 93 degrees scoreboard temp here at the start. The 0-1, and a fastball just missed. Michael Rocket hitting at 273 for Camden. As a home run, 35 driven in. Gailey out of the stretch, comes home and just missed in tight. We mentioned the Revs are in these auctioned jerseys for the United Way. The light blue color scheme. Home whites with light blue lettering. Here's a swing and a miss. And Gailey featuring that nasty split changeup for the first time tonight. Camden is in their road gray, which has some baby blue for the numbers and letters as well. 2-2, and a swing and a tapper at the plate. It came up and bounced off Rocket. Our home plate umpire tonight is Derek Moshe. First base, Jim Clayton. And Nate Caldwell, the umpire, at third. It's a little bit hazy tonight as we hit the air. The sun not quite as bright. It's already setting behind third. 2-2. And it misses high and away, a fastball. Now Rocket will force Gailey to go the distance on this first at bat. And the payoff pitch swung on and bounced foul. Down to Pedro Swan, the third base coach. Well, Rocket got just enough to force Gailey to throw an eighth pitch in this first at bat. Looking in with Paniagua, he's got his sign again. And delivers. And a broken bat, one hopper to short. Valdez charging. He will sprint into his throw. And on the run, he casts it across to first. One down. Broken bat brought to you by Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. If you've got an ash tree, then EAB might be in that tree, just like it may have been in that bat. Visit heritagelawnandlandscape.com. They can treat that problem and also handle all of your lawn care and landscaping needs. Here's Eric Frayne, the DH. Had a bunt hit last night, extending his hitting streak to 7. First pitch is in there at the knees, a strike called. Frayne, not the biggest guy, just 5'11". And in the midst of his rookie season, as Gailey steps off. 22-year-old from Bloomsburg University, Philadelphia native. He's now batting .301 with Camden, having hit safely in 7 straight. Pitch. It is outside, a changeup. 28 games played. And on this 7-game hitting streak, he's batted .462. The 1-1, and that's over for a strike. On their media notes, they have him under the headline, hashtag Frayne Train. I guess that's a thing. I don't know if it's trending yet, but Gailey missing down and away on him. He'll work it to 2-2. Gailey set. He fires, and a swing and a miss. Got him on the changeup, down and away, and has his first strikeout of the night. 2 down here in the top of the first. Overall for Gailey, it's his 12th start, 17th appearance. That's his 64th strikeout in 70 1/3 innings. Only 58 hits given up, 21 walks. Opponents hitting .226 coming in. 2 down will face Brandon Chavez, who has reached safely in 17 in a row. First pitch fastball misses away. Chavez batting .267. He drove in 2 runs on ground balls last night. So had 1 base hit and 5 at bats. And he takes a fastball strike. 1-1. Gailey in that last outing, 8 2/3 innings, a career high. And so impressive that he did it on 3 days rest and against a team that had just saw him 4 days earlier. He just misses away. 2 balls and a strike. Was 1 out away from a 4-1 win. Somerset a pair of 26th out singles against him. There's a swing and a foul back, out of play. He would be lifted. They would eventually tie it, but the Revs would win in extras, the 4th straight Frank Gailey start that they won in extra innings. And obviously a no decision for him in all 4, but all wins. 11 innings or longer. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got him reaching on a split away. A 1-2-3, top of the first, punctuated with a pair of strikeouts. And at the end of a half inning tonight, it's the Riversharks nothing, the Revs coming up.
You're running cross country. No one understands how they keep score. Your friends and family don't understand why you do it, but you understand how it makes you feel. So does Flying Feet.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes has been supplying running shoes and apparel to Central PA's best since 1975. Their staff is made up of runners and coaches who understand your pleasures and your pains. If it's running or cross-country related, Flying Feet knows about it. And with the area's best selection of running shoes, running spikes, and running apparel, there's no good reason to shop anywhere else. Worried about prices? Didn't you hear? Flying Feet is a specialty athletic store without specialty store prices. Come see their selection of the best running shoes and spikes for men, women, and children. No matter what your size, your width, or your ability level, Flying Feet has a full line of running apparel and accessories. So run, don't walk, and talk running with a staff who knows.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes, 1511 Mount Rose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83.
High school football is back, and so is the High School Game of the Week presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Traditional rivals West York and Central meet Friday night. I'm Ron Ruman. Gareth Hissong and I will have the action on GameTimePA.com. Jeremy Jones, West York's former offensive coordinator, returns after 2 years at the helm of York Suburban to fill the large shoes of his former head man, Ron Miller. Brad Livingston begins his 34th year as Panthers head coach. Central at West York, Friday at 6:30 on the High School Game of the Week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine on GameTimePA.com.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
No score, Revs coming up against left-hander Jeff Singer for the Riversharks. Face him in a starting role for the first time tonight as Mikey Reynolds leads things off. And Singer's first pitch of the evening is over for a strike. And what in the world was that? That is a different-looking delivery from the southpaw. As he fires home and misses a little bit high. Really turns his back. Great big arm swing and then whips it around through. It looks like he's looking over toward the first base dugout when he gets rid of it. Here's a pop-up in foul ground. Guzman giving chase. Runs into the bullpen chairs and out of room. Down in right field. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Stephen Penny gives him a big high five for the effort. And I just learned something tonight. The only thing more entertaining in the Dietz and Blewett Insurance Diamond Deck than Cannonball Charlie's preemptive shot is when he shoots it and you've got Miller Lite to go with it. As Singer misses high and away, 2-2. The reaction in front of us was even a little more volume than normal. 2-2. And a swing and a miss. Mikey chasing in the dirt as Kearns scoops it and applies the tag. And there's one away. Jeff Singer, 1 win, no losses, a 4.50 ERA, 9 outings, 2 of those as a starter. Tonight his third start, 28 innings, 22 hits, opponents hitting .224. He has walked 19 and struck out 17. Here's Wilson Valdez. Valdez had 2 of the 4 hits last night. And Singer delivers, and it's over for a strike. Obviously, you can see how he could be a little bit deceptive. He fooled me on his first pitch. Here's the 0-1, and it misses inside. He's yet to face a lefty, but he will be stepping right at a left-hand hitter and almost jumping at them when he lets go of it. A 1-1, and a swing and a liner the other way toward the corner and right, but it'll land foul. Valdez, a liner that sails all the way into the corner before it touches dirt. Last night, Valdez with his 14th multi-hit game in the last 30. Batting .319 over the last 30. Up to .267 overall. Swings here, and he chased in the dirt. No foul tip is the call. And Kearns blocks that and tags him out. Back-to-back strikeouts on right-hand hitters chasing that slider in the dirt. And Eric Patterson will be the first lefty to get a look at this funky left-hander. Patterson hitting at .242. 9 home runs, 46 knocked in. And Singer the pitch, and a swing and a miss. Patterson had a good cut at it. But he may have felt something on that swing as he backs away and stretches out for a moment. Here's the 0-1, and he swings, fouls it back, and out of play. It is September 2nd, so I'm sure that everybody is feeling something at this point in the season. There's the wind and the 0-2. And that's inside, glances off Kearns' glove and goes straight back. They wanted that ball away, and Singer missed in. No score, no base runners yet. The wind and the 1-2. And a swing and a flare, and there's a base runner. A hit to left for Patterson, who fillets it right over the outstretched glove of Michael Rocket, and it landed and squirted onto the shallow outfield grass. Chavez could only chase it down. No play for anybody. And not the prettiest piece of contact that Patterson's had all year, but it looked like a line drive in the box score. The 2-out single keeps the inning alive. Here's Brandon Boggs. First offering is across for a strike. Singer getting that one up there at 88. Boggs a home run in the 4th inning last night, providing the only scoring of the night for the Revs. The 0-1, and he swings, just got a piece. Tapper foul behind the plate. The home run put him in double figures, his 10th of the year. Pitch to him. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Jeff Singer strikes out the side in his first inning of the night, and all on breaking balls down and in on righties. This one not in the dirt, but just as effective. No runs, one hit, one left. We go to the second, no score.
Hi, this is Tom Dasher, President of Tom Dasher Investment Services. I specialize in retirement planning and strategies to meet individual personal goals. Whether you are looking for wealth accumulation or to maximize your retirement income. Oh, heck, this is sounding just like another commercial. Hey, listen, it's this simple. We use risk-free investment vehicles, whether you are looking to still build wealth accumulation or you want retirement income or a combination of both. It is all about getting your money parked in the place that will benefit you the most. If you want to do that, call me. My office number is 246-3879 or my mobile is 487-2096 or contact me at my new website at tomdasher.com.
Revolution! Sure, you're counting down to kickoff, but there's plenty of baseball left this summer. The York Revolution have 14 home games in September, and it's easy for you to be there with the September 6-pack. 6 tickets for any remaining game at Santander Stadium this season, 2 parking passes, and a free $10 food card for ballpark treats. A savings of 25% over box office prices, plus $10 in free food, so head to YorkRevolution.com to purchase your September 6-pack. As Yogi Berra would say, baseball season ain't over till it's over.
An invasive pest that's already killed millions of ash trees is bearing down on our communities. The emerald ash borer, or EAB, means certain death for every ash tree it infects. The good news is that you can protect your property's ash trees with help from Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. Our EAB prevention methods are effective, environmentally safe, and less costly than removing your dead tree, which is the only alternative to prevention. Learn more at heritagelawnandlandscape.com.
All about local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
No score. We go to the second tonight. Carlos Guzman leading it off, and Frank Gailey's first pitch is down and away. Guzman in the midst of a heck of a season. He's up to 5th in the league in hitting at .291. Has 8 homers, and he swings here, bounces a foul over by the Revs dugout. He's also tied for 3rd in the league in RBIs, and with 67, he's just 2 behind Dre and Sugarland's Chris Wallace for the league lead. Pitch, and he swings and chops one to second. Mikey to his left. It stayed low, but he'll get down and play it. Throws on to first for the out. And Gailey so far, 2 ground outs, 2 strikeouts. Ground out to begin the second. Our WellSpan Sports Medicine injury report tonight. Revs with Ian Durham and Brad Bergeson sideline with the elbow injuries. Anthony LaRue with the broken leg. It's your WellSpan Sports Medicine injury report. Here's Patty Matera, and he looks at a changeup just outside. Hitting at .252. 4 home runs for Matera. The 1-0. Got that one over. A splitter for a strike. Now the 1-1. And a swing and a pop-up foul. Nash will give it a look from first, but this will carry back into the stands. Gailey with enough innings, his ERA would rank 4th in the league. He's been outstanding, a huge reason why the Revs have been in second half contention. He's made 1 start against Camden, and granted the Revs have not played the Sharks very often. Pitch here is swung on and missed. He went outside with the changeup again and rings up his 3rd strikeout of the night. Coming against the first 5 hitters. 2 down in the inning. He faced Camden Sunday, August 2nd in South Jersey. He left the game early after taking a liner off his leg. Here's Daniel Rocket, who looks at one in the dirt. line drive that day was off the bat of Zach McPhee, who hits 9th in their order tonight. A 1-0 and a swing and a fly ball left center. Patterson moving over. He and Simmons will converge, and Simmons calls forward and makes the grab. They're the first fly out of the night for Frank Gailey, and he has opened his evening with back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score.
Broadway transmission? I don't know how they do it.
We've been in business for 60 years at the same location.
I don't know how they do it.
It's our long-term nationwide warranties.
Oh, and don't forget our online appointment scheduling.
I still don't know how they do it.
They toted my van at no cost with my repair.
It's our ATRA certified technicians. Don't forget the good-looking genius in the office.
Come on, man. I know they helped me with financing. Still, with my bad credit, I don't know how they do it.
I did my research and felt comfortable that Broadway is a AAA approved specialty repair shop. I showed my AAA card and saved some hard-earned cash.
I was happy to get a $100 rebate in the mail after the job was done.
I sure don't know how they do it, but I do know they get it done, and they get it done right.
Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and back on the road fast. Check us out on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
WellSpan has helped many professional, student, and recreational athletes stay at the top of their game. And they can do the same for you. Our winning team offers everything from concussion management and sports nutrition to physical therapy and more. For more information, call 877-482-5420 or visit wellspan.org/sportsmedicine.
For local sports on your smartphone, search WOIK at the App Store.
No score. We head to the bottom of the second. Andres Perez to lead things off and takes a little bit high on the first pitch of the inning. Singer a strikeout of the side in the bottom of the first and deals home, missed in tight. 2-0 the count. Dre hitting at .289 entering play tonight. He gets the DH duties this evening. Here's the wind, the 2-0, and that's outside. Missed badly. Perez entering play tonight, 6th in the league in hitting. And he watches a strike come in, 3-1. Tied for first in ribbies. He's tied for third in hits, tied for second in extra base hits. The 3-1, and a swing and a pop-up foul, back out of play. Since the final day of July, he has batted .390. Matter of fact, in August, batted .393, tied for the 6th highest in a month in team history. He swings here and fouls this one off. Let's look it out of play. It was the highest average in a month by a Revs hitter since September 2010. Scott Grimes hit .395 to wrap up that season. Pitch, and a swing and a miss, another slider. 4 strikeouts for Singer tonight. All 4 have been on the slider and against right-handed hitters. The only lefty that he's faced singled against him. And normally that pitch is supposed to be most effective against a left-hand hitter, but tonight it's been like the invisible. Here's Brian Pounds, who takes a get-me-over slider for a strike. He comes in tonight ranking 9th in the league in hitting, .279. Leads the league in walks after picking up 2 last night. It was a breaking ball that missed away. And it's a 1-1 count. Lefties against Singer have hit 185, righties 239, a little bit better. Here's a foul to the right of the net and back into the stands. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch, and that's down and in. Pounds flinching back. It's a rookie year for Singer as well. Was it Rutgers Camden earlier this season? He deals and misses up high, a full count. This might be a situation where the Revs need to see him for the first time and then maybe can pick some things out. 3-2. Called third strike on a fastball in. He's got his first looking tonight, and each of his first 5 outs have come on Ks. 21-year-old, he'll turn 22 on September 13th. Basically an unknown coming in. Here's Talvin Nash, who swings and misses on a fastball. Singer, a 6-foot lefty. Rutgers Camden this year, 4-3, a 3.82 ERA, as he misses down low. He did get hit around his last outing against Sugar Land, 4 2/3, 4 runs. Had 7 hits, 5 walks, a lot of base runners. Here's a swing and a miss. Another breaking ball, and so far early on tonight, he is basically giving them nothing straight to hit. Mostly all off speed, the 1-2, and a swing and a ground ball sharply to third, but right at Michael Rocket. He'll toss it to first, and the inning's over. Revs down in turn. It's the first out of the night, though, for Singer at long last that does not come on a strikeout. An eye-opening start for the rookie lefty. And we go to the third, still scoreless.
Maple Donuts knows that there comes a point in every kid's summer when the feeling of unfettered freedom begins to fold up faster than a picnic blanket at the first drop of an unexpected summer storm. Charlie and his Maple Donuts team understand that all too soon, lazy mornings on the sofa, splashing in the pool, and weeknight sleepovers will be replaced by bus stops, backpacks, and morning announcements. But Maple Donuts says there's a bright side to the first day of school, kids. Because when you stumble into the kitchen that first morning, chances are you'll be greeted by Mom, enjoying her cup of Maple Donuts' famous coffee and sitting next to a back-to-school tradition, a box of Maple Donuts. And somewhere buried in that box, hand-picked by Mom from Maple Donuts' 58 varieties, you may find that, yes, summer is over, but another school year may not be so bad after all. So for every kid coming to grips with going back to school, we say thanks, Mom. And thank you, Maple Donuts.
Maple Donuts taste right.
Joel's Painting and Contracting is a proud sponsor of the York Revolution. They are also a partner in the maintenance of Santander Stadium. Joel's Painting and Contracting is the highest rated painting company in York and Lancaster County. Now is the time to call for great deals on all of your interior and exterior projects. A community partner with thousands of happy clients. Hit a home run of Joel's Painting and schedule an appointment today or give them a call at 717-471-4273. That's 717-471-4273 for Joel's Painting and Contracting.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Top of the third, no score. And Evan Crawford to lead things off. Gailey with 3 Ks, Singer with 5 through the first 2. First pitch of the inning to Crawford is grounded to short, right at Valdez, who fumbles, picks it up quickly, though, and still gets the throw across in time. 1 away. We'll pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Revolution Radio.
First in York, first in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, York, Pennsylvania.
Good evening, Paul.
What's up, Daryl?
Not much.
I guess I lost out to the station ID.
Here's Mike Kearns, who takes a called strike. You just got to know your role. Kearns, the K-man tonight. Pitch to him is cut on and missed. He is 4 for 38 at the plate, hitting 105 in 16 games. Here's the 0-2, and a changeup just missed away.
Nice cold carbonated beverage there.
Yeah, it is. It's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And at long last, we've got breadsticks. First time in 5 games. Gailey back to the splitter to get it done again. Fourth strikeout of the night. And last night's catalyst for Camden, Zach McPhee, coming to the plate.
Well, last night both teams were swinging like they had somewhere else to go, and we had a lot of outs early in at-bats and not too many 3-2 counts. A lot of swings tonight, but a lot of swings and misses, as opposed to last night where we had a lot of swings and a lot of pop-ups, except for Rami Lewis, who got singled to death despite having some good stuff.
Fastball up on McPhee to start him here. 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch to him. Oh, man, a foul tip drilled Paniagua right in the face mask, but he's upright and seems to be all right, checking out his headgear.
Yeah, that was what was so frustrating last night. I mean, Rami threw over 100 pitches, went deep into the game, and had good stuff, but sometimes they string together a few slap singles, and his line looked a lot worse opposed to the kind of stuff he had, so hopefully the Revolution can put together more than one scoring play for Gailey tonight. Last night it was the Boggs homer, and that was it.
Here's the 1-1. And a change-up over for a strike. McPhee, 3 for 3, 2 RBI singles and a triple last night. And a walk. And a run. Pitch to him is swung on and fouled back, out of play. And he kind of stumbled on his follow-through there and went backpedaling across home plate.
Well, his eyes got big. I mean, Gailey, as he intended to, started that curveball outside, and it caught way too much of the plate. And McPhee kind of got big eyes there and said, whoa, I can handle this. And he kind of swung out of his shoes and missed it, even though it was right there.
Another foul. This one tipped back into the net. Last night he raised his average from 178 to 192.
I don't know if he's going to petition to have that liner on the back of his baseball card. Still on the interstate.
Pitch to him. Gailey drops down, and McPhee pops it up. Right side of the infield. Reynolds over toward first. Calls off Nash and puts it away. No Frank Gailey on point. His first 3 innings tonight. 9 up, 9 down. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. And no score.
Providing quality services efficiently and in a timely manner to its clients is the mission of the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins. GSLSC is equipped to handle any real estate transactions, leases, residential and commercial real estate settlements, zoning issues, and all matters involving municipalities. They are also experienced in the formation and operation of family real estate ventures that are tax sensitive to the needs of the investors. Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins is an approved title insurance agency and can provide you with title insurance and legal representation at one low cost when buying a home or investment property. Don't risk any real estate settlement without an experienced real estate attorney from the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins at your side. Phone 717-757-7602. They've been handling residential and commercial real estate matters in South Central Pennsylvania for more than 50 years. With mortgage interest rates at an all-time low, now is the time to buy or refinance. Phone 717-757-7602 today or visit their website, gslsc.com.
Revolution! Sure, you're counting down to kickoff, but there's plenty of baseball left this summer. The York Revolution have 14 home games in September, and it's easy for you to be there with the September 6-pack. 6 tickets for any remaining game at Santander Stadium this season, 2 parking passes, and a free $10 food card for ballpark treats. A savings of 25% over box office prices, plus $10 in free food, so head to YorkRevolution.com to purchase your September 6-pack. As Yogi Berra would say, baseball season ain't over till it's over.
York Sports on your mobile device or online at WOYK1350.com.
No score. We head to the home third. Eric Patterson, the game's only hit thus far. Salvador Paniagua will try to change that. Facing Singer, who has 5 strikeouts through 2 innings. The rookie deals and misses a little bit high on Paniagua. Camden.
Judging by the size of him, he could be a rookie in Babe Ruth baseball. Just a little guy.
It's the 1-0. And a swing and a foul out of play, first base side. They always have a crop of young guys. And
well, he's given up about 112 pounds to the guy he's pitching to right now.
Face James Simmons and back to the top again this inning. As Paniagua swings, launches one in the air in deep left. Crawford back on it and out of room. It is gone. Salvador Paniagua opens the scoring tonight, his 4th of the year. Out to the right of the arch nemesis, it's 1-0 York on Paniagua's blast here in the bottom of the 3rd.
You know, this ballpark just plays so consistently season to season. I mean, it was obviously hard hit, but Paniagua got under it a little bit, but just the brute strength still drives it out of here. And that left field alley continues to be so friendly. If you hit it hard but still get underneath it a little bit, it's still probably going to go. And you think about Calderon's that was just absolutely tattooed last night, and it just died on the warning track. And that's what happens with balls to right field. In this park, no matter how hard they're hit, they just seem to lose steam, and it's kind of the opposite to the left field alley. So the righties really try to pull here, not necessarily over the big wall and left, but to that alley.
Here's James Simmons, who takes low. Next one is swung on and missed. He was trying to do the same thing.
Yeah. It's just amazing. I mean, over the years, you know, you expect a little bit of a variance, but in cold weather, in humid weather, I mean, that left field alley is always friendly. And guys who have been in the league for a minute really kind of know how to tailor their swings to this ballpark.
Fastball high and away, 2-1 on Simmons.
And I think you'll agree with me that this is probably the fairest park pitching and hitting in the league. I mean, Camden and Somerset both play huge. Southern Maryland and Lancaster both play small, but, you know, we're kind of in the middle.
Yeah. A slider in for a strike, 2-2.
Long Island plays big, too.
Depends on which way the wind goes.
It's tough to get a humid day there, too, in that part of the country.
A slider dipping low, a full count.
And Sugar Land's a big ballpark, but it's never not humid there, so it travels a little further there.
Now the wind and the 3-2 really got in on him. Simmons fights it on the ground. Speeding across from third is Michael Rocket, and he fires to first for the out. Simmons got jammed so badly that he slipped, trying to get started, and Rocket cutting in front of short, sprinting right through it, made the play on the run for the first out. Now the home run from Paniagua, his 35th all-time with York. Breaks a tie with Matt Esquivel for 9th in team history. He's been swinging the bat very well of late. Here's Mikey Reynolds at the top. He swings, fouls the first pitch back. The Revs, the initial lead. The previous 2 games, they had fallen behind in the first inning. Before that, they had scored first in 12 straight. Out in front early tonight. Pitch to Mikey, that's inside. He was a strikeout victim his first time up. But it'll be interesting now. The guys are seeing Singer for the second time. Maybe no longer a mystery. Pitch is inside, 2-1.
With a guy that's relatively green to this level of baseball, I think the approach should be kind of the opposite of last night, where they were trying to jump on Torres early and swing early in counts. It didn't work out for York. This is a guy that you should wait on, let him make a mistake. Draw him out to 3-1, 3-2, and where he has to throw a strike and force him to make a mistake.
2-2 here after a foul ball. Singer the wind and the pitch. Fastball away. And Mikey works at full. This is much more the type of at bat he wants to have than in the first inning when Singer got ahead. 3-2, and he shoots a ground foul down at the end of the York dugout. By the way, on our Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care home run contest, Lucas Judd, you are a winner tonight. Congrats. Stop by the Apple Chevrolet ticket office during normal business hours at your convenience. Pitch to Mikey is popped straight up. The catcher, Kearns, coming back our way, giving it a look, and it lands, is that to our left? Our buddy Tom.
That go in the booth?
Did it? Did he get it?
You gotta be kidding me.
He did.
That's never happened.
Look at Tom.
We've never had a foul ball go in the booth
Tom
here.
Wilms, I'm jealous, but I'm not.
Why can't that happen in the main press area to our right? What the heck?
Another 3-2, and Mikey fouls this one off.
You never get foul balls in the booth here.
I don't want them.
I literally mean never. I mean, in Somerset.
I'm good with that.
Somerset, it's tough to go a game without one.
And I hate broadcasting there for that reason. Always on edge. It's one of many reasons. Here's a swing and a line drive down the line in left. And this will sail just foul left of the arch nemesis line.
It always amazes me how guys can find foul territory that deep down the lines here.
There's not much of it.
There's not too much to find out there, but that's why baseball's so frustrating. We unfortunately find it as much as you find base hits down the line somehow.
Here's a ground ball rolled to short. Chavez has it, and his throw low, but Carlos Guzman, the converted outfielder, backhands it out. And 2 down here in the third. Actually, Paul, one of the very, very few foul balls that I've gotten did come in Camden, so we're even with them. It bounced into the booth and right into my trash can in there. It's Wilson Valdez, who struck out his first time. Revs a 1-0 lead on Paniagua's homer. First pitch from Singer to Valdez, a breaking ball over for a strike. Singer was the junior college D3 National Player of the Year a couple of years back as he gets Valdez to tip a foul at the plate.
Well, just because a guy's a former D3 player doesn't mean he can't carve out a career as a pro. On that note, I'll pour one out for my boy Fred Jackson.
It's pitched at Rutgers, Camden, Monmouth, and Gloucester County College. Here's a liner foul the other way. That'll smack the bricks on the first base concourse.
I have a question. Has any college baseball player ever played at less than 2 colleges? I mean, a lot end up at 3.
I know.
Has any guy ever played at just 1 for 4 years?
A fastball just missed low. Well, I didn't play at any.
I mean, I think guys just prepare themselves to move around as a pro. And they're like, well, I got to play for 2 or 3 colleges, It's like free agency.
Yeah. Pitch, and he swings and slaps one to first. One big hop to Guzman right against the bag. He'll step on it, unassisted to end the inning. But Paniagua goes yard. Solo shot puts the Revs in front. Paul will have the call as we head to the 4th. It's the Revs 1 and the Riversharks 0.
Whether it's for sport, protection, or recreation, Spar Firearms is the best place to go for all of your firearm needs. With a large selection of new and used firearms, Spar carries an array of brands, as well as ammo and other accessories. Whether you're an avid collector, sharpshooting expert, hunter, or weekend enthusiast, Spar Firearms provides everything you need no matter your experience. For the best in convenience, selection, and customer service, visit Spar Firearms, 6108 Carlisle Pike in Mechanicsburg, and online at sparfirearms.com.
Turn this on. Rich Eisen Show.
He is unbelievable.
Rich Eisen.
Let's go to the phone lines. They are lit. Catherine in South Carolina, can I help you?
Yes, I am having emotional distress.
Don't.
I'm going to sue the Jones family.
Don't.
This is crazy. It's the most stupid, idiotic thing. The Jones are screwing this up. And I am sick. I've left work. I'm nauseous. He's strung us out on DeMarco.
Well, what about the idea that anybody could run behind that offensive line? Catherine, you don't buy that one?
DeMarco is family. He and Tony and Jason do everything together. He's family. I just started to be a Cowboys fan again, and happiness has just plunged to despair. What the Jones has done to my emotional state, they should be sued.
Don't go litigious on me here, okay?
This is the Rich Eisen Show.
Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports. First in York, first in sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Top of the fourth inning, a 1-0 Revolution lead here at home. Second game of this 3-game series against Camden, starting a 7-game homestand. The Revs' lone run of this ball game on the Salvador Paniagua solo shot to the left field alley a half inning ago. Frank Gailey going back to work here. He's retired the first 9 Riversharks he's faced in order with 4 strikeouts. So same old for Frank Gailey, who has been so steady after joining this team as a reliever, which he has been most of his career. Has had no problem converting to a starter. Leadoff man Michael Rocket 0 for 1 with a ground out to Wilson Valdez at short in the first. He lifts this one in the air to left center. On the run, it's Patterson calling off Simmons in center, and Eric Patterson makes the play on a jog. So Rocket is the 10th consecutive Frank Gailey victim. Gailey, a former Toronto Blue Jays and Oakland Athletics farmhand, has not pitched above Double-A, but he's had very solid numbers his whole career. Probably a guy that was overlooked and deserved a chance to compete at Triple-A. And he might get some attention from some other MLB organizations now as a starter with the second half he's had here for York. Pumps in a called strike on the outer corner to Eric Frayne, the designated hitter, 0 for 1. Gailey struck him out swinging. Back in the first. Camden's entire lineup 0 for 1, except Michael Rocket, who's now 0 for 2, as Gailey has been unblemished thus far. Swing and a miss as he puts it on the outside corner again. This time Frayne chases after he looked at one. And Frank Gailey quickly out ahead, and 0-2. Gailey has lowered the ERA here to 2.34. Here with the Revolution leading 1-0 in the top of the fourth with 1 out and nobody on. Low and away for ball 1 to Frayne. Gailey, the former reliever, does work pretty much exclusively from the stretch. This one lined into left. That's down for a hit. On one hop to Patterson. Moving toward the gap, cuts it off, gets it back along the infield to hold Frayne to a single. That's Camden's first hit and base runner as Frank Gailey retired the first 10 to begin the ball game. So Eric Frayne off to a good start with Camden. This is Frayne's 29th game with the Riversharks. 1 for 2 tonight, came in batting .301. Brandon Chavez now. Gailey struck him out swinging to end the top of the first. 1-0 Revolution, 1 out and a runner on. After the single, Frayne being held on at first by Telvin Nash. A little bit of a pitch out there, it looked like, as Frayne can run a little bit. Nash is going to hold him on, and ball 1 high to Chavez. The righty steps back in. Paniagua sets up outside, up on his haunches as if he was ready to throw should there be a play at second. Frayne not going, and it's high and away for ball 2. Paniagua's homer in the third gives York their 1-0 lead in the fourth. Frank Gailey from the stretch. It'll be a 2-0. The lefty deals and deals away. 3-0 count. First 3-ball count for Gailey tonight. Brandon Chavez, 1 for 4 and drove in 2 runs and stole a base last night against his former team in the 4-2 Camden victory. The 3-0 get me over strike over the outside Half of the plate to Chavez, who is taking all the way. 3-1 is the count. Brandon Chavez, 1 for 4 last night, is now on a 7-game hitting streak for Camden. With just 7 base hits, 1 hit in each of the last 7 games for a 7-game streak, hitting just .250 in the streak, 7 for 28. But 3 of those 7 hits have been doubles, and he's driven in 4 runs. Throw to first, Frayne diving back in ahead of Telvin Nash's tag. Chavez steps out, and we're waiting to do it at 3-1. From the stretch, setting at the waist. Gailey, again, a good move. You got to have your eyes open with a lefty on the mound, and back standing up is Frayne, who is not out to an especially big lead. Now, he has the speed. He doesn't necessarily need a huge lead, and he won't get out to a big lead with a lefty on the hill. But he doesn't need a huge lead, perhaps to seal second. Camden as a team does not run very often. Just have 70 stolen bases on the season. That's it. In comparison to the Revolution, who have stolen 116 bases this season, despite Frayne's good speed, he has only stolen 1 base. 3-1 pitch fouled off. We're doing it at a full count. Gailey deals Chavez, a swing and a miss. Ran inside on him and kind of buckled his knees. A late swing was a rather feeble effort from Chavez. And Frank Gailey with his 2nd strikeout of Brandon Chavez tonight. And that's his 5th punch-out. He's faced 1 over the minimum through 3 2/3, just 1 base hit, 5 strikeouts, and no walks for Gailey. And in steps Carlos Guzman, who grounded to second, and his only at-bat in the second. Gailey, another snap throw to first. Back standing up is Frayne. Speed slows down the game, as the old adage goes. Frayne, obviously, of concern to Gailey, trying to keep him out of scoring position, but there's 2 out now, so he'll probably concentrate on Guzman from here. The lefty Guzman fouls the first offering straight back to the screen, and the count is 0-1. Carlos Guzman 0 for 4 last night, but he's coming off a monster series against Sugar Land, Camden's previous opponent. 6 for 14 against the Skaters with 2 doubles and 5 RBI. He's had quite a good week. It'll be an 0-1. From the stretch, Gailey fires. Paniagua sets up outside, but it's low and away. Target missed. And the count is 1-1. 1-0 Revolution. Runner at first, 2 outs. Here in the top of the 4th inning. Frank Gailey has pitched a gem so far. Throw to first. Closer play this time. Caught Frayne leaning the wrong way. This time he has to dive back in head first. Gets a fingertip on the bag ahead of Telvin's tag, but safe nonetheless. Gailey, this will be his 53rd pitch of the evening in the 4th. He deals it. Reaching for it over the outer half of the plate. Guzman slaps it to first. Off the bag, Telvin Nash down to a knee. A nice grab, and he'll step on the bag for the unassisted out to end the half inning. So 1 stranded, a 1-out single goes for naught for Camden, and Frank Gailey has retired 12 of the 13 batters he's faced through 4. Revolution coming up, leading 1-0. Sports Radio 1350, WOYK.
Payne doesn't take Sunday off. Neither do we. We're open weekdays 8 to 8 and weekends 9 to 6. Just walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics, 2319 South George Street in York, across from the Apple Hill Health Campus. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today.
It's going to be another epic year in high school football, and Sports Radio 1350 is ready for kickoff. Tune in every Friday night this fall for the high school football game of the week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Plus, go to WOYK1350.com for a full breakdown of the teams and the players of the 2015 York Adams League. The high school football game of the week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Catch the action every Friday night on Sports Radio 1350, online at WOYK1350.com, or download the WOYK mobile app.
Waking up with the Zabe, the Steve Zabin Show.
And I know I can already hear you screaming at your radio. You don't even have a real job, Zabin. You just sit in front of the microphone and flap your cake hole around. I understand that. I'm not upset to be back today. I need to get back. I need to get back on the horse and get back riding again. I'm just saying it's going to take me a segment or two to get up to speed. Join me, Steve Zabin, mornings at 6 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Your county, your teams. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Paul Braverman back for the bottom of the fourth inning. Thanks for joining me for the middle innings tonight as the homestanding Revolution hosting the Camden Riversharks for 3, the middle game here tonight before the Bridgeport Bluefish come in Friday through Labor Day for a 4-game series to complete this 7-game homestand. Dinner time for Darrell Henry. He'll be back in the top of the 6th. Eric Patterson, Brandon Boggs, Andres Perez, 3-4-5 in the Revolution lineup. Here in the home half of the 4th, Jeff Singer begins with ball 1 low and away to the lefty Patterson. Patterson with a single and was left at first in the first. The lefty's 1-0, swing and a grounder. This one might get through. He pokes it to right, and he's on. 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. Patterson reaching for it off the end of the bat. Perfectly equidistant between Guzman coming off the bag at first and Matera at second. Couldn't get there in time, and a slow roller poked into right. So returning the favor are the Revolution tonight after a lot of softly hit balls totaled up to 4 runs for the Sharks a night ago. Doesn't matter how you get on, and Patterson's 2 for 2. Brandon Boggs 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Went on swinging to end the first. He takes ball 1 low. The switch-hitting right-hander against the lefty Singer. Boggs with the 2-run homer as a lefty last night to right field. The Revolution's only scoring in the 4-2 series opening loss. The 1-0 high and inside at the elbow of Boggs, and he jumps ahead 2-0. So Patterson a pair of singles tonight, and the Paniagua solo homer in the 3rd. The only Revolution batters to reach base, and it's a 1-0 Revs lead in the bottom of the 4th. No outs with a runner on first, and this one just foul, slapped on the ground third base side down into the corner. That'll make it a 2-1 count to Boggs. His homer last night was his 10th, the 3rd Rev to reach double digits. Perez leads the team with 12, Pounds with 11, and home run numbers really down throughout the league. That should be a balk. That's got to be a balk, but it's not going to be. Sure looked like Singer started towards the plate, and then the lefty tossed over to first. Patterson back, standing in plenty of time. It really looked like a balk to me, which would be nice to get a runner in scoring position with nobody out. But Boggs still hitting in a 2-1 count. Patterson being held on at first by Guzman after his leadoff single here in the 4th. That's not a balk. I'd like to see what is. The 2-1, the lefty fires. Boggs hammers this one. Well struck to center, but back on it is Rocket, who makes the catch. Caught up in the jet stream, hit well, but right at Daniel Rocket. So Boggs 0 for 2 on the flyout. Patterson still at first. 1-0 Revolution with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Home runs around the entire Atlantic League down this year. Chris Wallace, who is second in the league in RBI to Andres Perez, who leads the league with 69. Leads the Atlantic League in home runs, 15 for Sugarland's Chris Wallace. So not a big home run year in the league is Andres Perez, leading York with 12. Another herky-jerky pickoff move by the lefty Jeff Singer to first. They're going to let him ride with that. Patterson not out to an especially big lead, is back standing up without a real play. Andres Perez steps in, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Patterson moving on the first offering to Perez, slides in safely on a one-hop throw from catcher Mike Kearns. Fielded by the second baseman Patty Matera with the shortstop Chavez backing up, but no tag as Patterson sliding in well ahead of the one-hopper. So Eric Patterson with the steal, and the Revs with a runner on second, 1 out here, and Perez hitting in a 1-0 count. Leading the Revs in homers and RBI, the league's top RBI man. 1-0 pitch, swung on and missed. Evening the count on Perez at 1-1, out in front of an off-speed offering from Jeff Singer. Perez, the designated hitter tonight, batting 5th. The 1-1, Singer fires. Curveball dives low and inside at the shoe tops of Perez. The count will move to 2-1. Revolution leading 1-0, bottom of the fourth. They've out-hit Camden 3-1. Eric Patterson singled to begin this inning, half inning, and then stole second. Perez with his 70th RBI possibly out there. He chops it to third on one Sunday hop, fielded by Michael Rocket. Throw across the diamond in time to Guzman. Perez is retired, and Patterson has to stay put at second. Brian Pounds now, 0 for 1, struck out looking in the second. Pounds second to Andres Perez in home runs and RBI. 11 dingers, 59 batted in, trailing Perez by 1 homer and 10 RBI for the team lead. 2 walks last night for Brian Pounds. Saw him take over the Atlantic League lead in walks, and he's been in the top 2 or 3 in that category all season long. Pounds has walked 58 times to lead the ALPB this season. Takes the first pitch and pops it up, first base side, crowd, and out of play. So Brian Pounds, by virtue of the 58 walks, is third in the Atlantic League in on-base percentage at .371. But his .279 average, still good for 9th overall in the Atlantic League. It'll be an 0-1. High and away, and count even 1-1 to Brian Pounds, former Mud Hen. Former Mud Hen Eric Patterson out at second base here with 2 outs as the Revs try to add to their 1-0 lead with Pounds at the plate. That's 2 Toledo shoutouts in 1 inning. That'll settle the quota for tonight. Here's the 1-1. Singer deals and in there for a strike. That looked a little high, but not a bad frame job by the catcher Mike Kearns of Camden. And the Revolution down to their final strike here in the 4th inning. Pounds the righty. Back at third tonight, batting 6th for the Revs. The 1-2, swing and a foul ball. Line foul straight back to the screen. We'll do it again at 1-2 to Brian Pounds. Talking about Brian Pounds' ability to get on base, leading the league in walks, third in on-base percentage. He lost a 9-game hitting streak last Saturday, but he has 9 walks in his last 6 games and 9 runs in his last 8 games to Pounds. So the lack of a hitting streak really not the issue, germane to how often he's on base with his plate discipline. 1-2 pitch, Pounds staying alive here, fouls it off out of play first base side. We'll do it for a third time at 1-2. A base hit could very well score Eric Patterson from second. 1-0 York on the Paniagua homer in the third. We're in the bottom of the 4th now, and the Revs trying to double their lead. From the stretch, the lefty Singer fires, swing, and right back up the middle on one hop to the mound. Singer fields it. Underhand flip to first will end the inning. So Pounds 0 for 2 on a sharply hit comebacker that might have gotten up the middle had it not been for Singer climbing the ladder. Top of the 5th, Revolution will maintain a 1-0 lead. Back in a moment, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Tennis used to be a very polite game. Today, tennis
Ace
raises a racket.
Flying feet.
The style, the play, and the players are intense, athletic, and hard-charging. Flying Feet Sports Shoes welcomes the evolution of tennis and its battling players with a full line of specialty tennis shoes worthy of the new game. These aren't stand-around, look-pretty shoes. These are co-conspirators for the court. Shoes that will endure opponent after opponent, match after match. Shoes that move when and how you move and stop at your command. Shoes that fit and feel good so your feet are ready and able to take that next set. Flying Feet's team includes Asics, New Balance, Wilson, and K-Swiss in widths that fit. And the Flying Feet staff is always on the sidelines ready to help with your selection. Tennis, it's a whole new game. Be prepared to play it well.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes, just off exit 18 of I-83, right behind Domino's in York.
Hi, this is Tom Dasher, President of Tom Dasher Investment Services. I specialize in retirement planning and strategies to meet individual personal goals. Whether you are looking for wealth accumulation or to maximize your retirement income. Oh, heck, this is sounding just like another commercial. Hey, listen, it's this simple. We use risk-free investment vehicles, whether you are looking to still build wealth accumulation or you want retirement income or a combination of both. It is all about getting your money parked in the place that will benefit you the most. If you want to do that, call me. My office number is 246-3879 or my mobile is 487-2096 or contact me at my new website at tomdasher.com.
Follow York Sports on your Android. Search Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
The top of the fifth begins with ball one away to the right-handed Patty Matera, Camden's second baseman. 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the second. Frank Gailey has faced one over the minimum through 4, has retired 12 of 13. A one-out single by Eric Frayne, the only blemish in the fourth, and Gailey has punched out 5 Camden batters. Falling behind 2-0 to Patty Matera here. 1-0 Revolution here in the middle innings. The lefty fires, and 2-0 pitch, pumped in for a strike. Taking all the way was Matera. 2-1 is the count. Swinging a drive on the 2-1. This one will be playable, however, and drifting onto the warning track in front of the wall. Eric Patterson makes the play. So well struck to the track in left, but you could tell it did not have the height or the strength to get out off Matera's bat. He does have 4 homers on the year, however. And 1 up, 1 down here in the top of the fifth for Gailey. A nice running play by Patterson. I started to explain how the Revolution's 51-69 overall record this year is pretty much all my fault. And then the pace of last night's game interfered. I'll try to get that in now as Daniel Rocket in center field for Camden tonight takes ball 1 low and away. 0 for 1 flew out to center field in the second. The righty steps back in. It'll be a 1-0. Paniagua sets up, target outside, and Gailey hits the spot to even the count at 1-1. The Revs are a very, very respectable 29-34 on the road this year. Really, all you can ask for a team on the road is the old adage is if you can go about 500 on the road and win your home games, you'll be in good shape, and the Revs have about done that, going 500 on the road. But York, uncharacteristically, has really struggled at home. 22-35 this season at Santander Stadium, and I can only deduce that my presence is what puts the hex on them. Here's the 2-1. Missing outside, 3-1 the count to Rocket. Obviously, I'm at just about every home game. So 22-35 in my presence this year. The handful of road games I go to, they seem to win and lose on my cue. 3-1 pitch inside at the knees of Rocket, and it's a 1-out walk. First walk tonight for Gailey to go with 5 strikeouts. So runner at first with 1 out, top of the fifth. Revolution lead at 1-0. Last week, I should say, Monday through Wednesday, when the Revolution were in Lancaster, I was at the Monday night game. A Revs loss that relinquished the Community Cup and the War of the Roses series to Lancaster, unfortunately. And then I was away from the ballpark the next 2 days, and of course the Revolution pick up 2 wins. So if this trend continues through the end of this season, maybe I'll just stay in my office during the games. I would hate that, but if it means we're actually going to start improving our home record, I'll take one for the team. And I'm being facetious, of course, but if you want to pin the 22-35 home record on me this year, feel free to do that. Certainly not one player's fault. It's just been a snake-bitten type year for the Revs at home. Tough to figure out. 1-0 pitch to Evan Crawford, the Camden left fielder, fouled straight back to the screen. Count 1-1. Grounded to short in the third. Frank Gailey is allowed just a hit and a walk tonight. Rocket at first after the free pass. The lefty deals the 1-1, low and away. Showing bunt was Crawford, but laid off that one. So 2-1 the count. Telvin Nash with 1 away is holding on the runner, Daniel Rocket. Two-one upcoming. Long look in by Gailey. He'll go from the stretch, as he often does. Runner moving on the play, swing and a miss. Paniagua unloads, one hop, the tag. In time, they got him. Boy, it looked like the runner, Daniel Rocket, arrived at second base in time to beat the throw from Paniagua, but I think he popped up off the bag, and they kept the tag on him the whole time, did Wilson Valdez at short, and I think he held that tag on his leg, and when he popped up, he drifted enough that they got him. I don't think there's any question that Rocket arrived before the throw, but a heads-up play to keep the tag on him all the way through. It looked like Camden manager Chris Widger would come out to argue. He did not, so Camden couldn't have thought he missed the call at second by that much. And Evan Crawford, after the swing and miss in a 2-2 count, fouls the next one off up to the sweet level first base side, and will keep it at a 2-2 count. So Rocket caught stealing for the second out. Here in the top of the fifth, base is empty. Gailey deals 2-2, swung on and missed, struck him out. Evan Crawford goes down as Frank Gailey's sixth strikeout victim of the night, and it remains a 1-0 Revolution lead as we go to the bottom of the fifth. With the caught stealing, Gailey, allowing one walk and one hit, has still faced just one over the minimum through 5 with 6 punch-outs. Back in a moment, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
An invasive pest that's already killed millions of ash trees is bearing down on our communities. The emerald ash borer, or EAB, means certain death for every ash tree it infects. The good news is that you can protect your property's ash trees with help from Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. Our EAB prevention methods are effective, environmentally safe, and less costly than removing your dead tree, which is the only alternative to prevention. Learn more at heritagelawnandlandscape.com.
Revolution! Sure, you're counting down to kickoff, but there's plenty of baseball left this summer. The York Revolution have 14 home games in September, and it's easy for you to be there with the September 6-pack. 6 tickets for any remaining game at Santander Stadium this season, 2 parking passes, and a free $10 food card for ballpark treats. A savings of 25% over box office prices, plus $10 in free food, so head to YorkRevolution.com to purchase your September 6-pack. As Yogi Berra would say, baseball season ain't over till it's over.
Get into the ball game with great savings and great weekly specials at all your favorite neighborhood family markets. Use your gold card every time you shop, and you'll automatically receive your savings and rewards. And you'll get incredible deals on the new Best Yet brand products at Nell's, Saubles, Wetzel's, Chris's New Oxford, and Stauffer's Downingtown markets. So get into the game with some great savings at all your favorite neighborhood family markets. Always a hit and always a great catch.
There's only one place for local high school sports. Sports Radio 1350.
Bottom of the fifth inning, Telvin Nash stepping to the plate at first base, batting 7th tonight for York. 0 for 1, grounded to third in the second. I can very quickly recap tonight's game for you. Paniagua with a solo homer in the bottom of the third to give the Revolution a 1-0 lead as Nash fouls off the first offering from Jeff Singer. And other than that, it's all been the 2 lefty starters tonight. Singer has faced just 3 over the minimum through 4 with 5 strikeouts, and he struck out the side in the first and 2 more in the second. Hasn't had a K since. Frank Gailey, 1 walk, 1 hit, has faced 1 over the minimum through 5, and he struck out 6. And there you go. That's all we've had tonight. Fly ball to center field off the bat of Telvin Nash, going towards the left field gap. A diving play attempted by Daniel Rocket, but he traps it, gets a glove on it, but did not make the clean catch. Nash hustling into second with a double. Rocket had to get back to his feet and pick it up to get it back along the infield. Nash never stopped running and saw that he had a chance to get second, slides in without a serious play. So that is the 4th hit of the night for the Revolution. And Paniagua, who's homer to the left field alley. Paniagua to fall bottom of the 5th. Instinct and reflexes take over, and you can't blame him for not wanting to take one off the shin there. And he sachets out of the way for ball 3. 3-1 is the count. Singer looking for something low and inside to righties, and he's not finding it. Leaves this one over the plate, and Simmons perhaps just missed it. Mashes it foul up onto the roof behind the plate, not a play. So it'll be a full count now to Simmons. Came in tonight batting .208 with a homer and 14 RBI, but with the departure of Jose Constanza to the Tampa Bay Rays, Simmons now is going to get a chance to really play every day, or at least every 3 out of 4 days. Simmons with his 32nd appearance in a game for York tonight, starting in center field, batting ninth. 3-2 pitch, lifted foul, out of play into the crowd, first base side. We'll do it again at a full count offering. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the fifth. 3 runs on 5 hits for York, and just a lone hit for Camden, but all 3 runs coming in on a pair of Salvador Paniagua homers to left so far. And Simmons takes low, and he'll be on first with a walk. Singer, who had 5 strikeouts in the first 2 innings tonight, but none since, has issued his first free pass of the night. So Simmons on with a walk, still nobody out, and we go to the top of the order for the 3rd time tonight. It's Mikey Reynolds. He's struck out and grounded to short so far. So Mikey looking to get into the act. The righty steps in and takes a called strike. 0-1 the count. Just a couple of days ago, Mikey was at .314, came in tonight batting .301, 0 for 2 down to .299, so not going to call it a slump, but Mikey looking to get out of a mini funk, let's call it right here. He lifts one high and fairly deep, but playable in the gap in right field. Coming into right center is McPhee, who calls off Rocket to make the catch. So Mikey 0 for 3. First out here in the bottom of the 5th, Wilson Valdez likewise has struck out and grounded out. The Revolution shortstop steps in. Wilson Valdez hitting .267 on the season, but he has been on a tear in the last month. Here's Wilson Valdez's 30 most recent games. 44 for 138, that's .319 he's hitting in his last 30 games, with 14 stolen bases and 14 multi-hit games. That's been the last month for Wilson. So disregard his .267 average. He's hitting 50 to 60 points higher than that since August 1st. 1 out, runner at first, 3-0 Revolution in the bottom of the 5th. Valdez bears down after a throw to first, still waiting on a pitch from Singer as he throws over a second time. Back to the bag standing up is James Simmons, and they're going to hold Simmons on here. Simmons in his 31 games with York, just 1 steal so far, but he can burn it. High and away. And Valdez, on the first pitch he sees from Singer, is out ahead 1-0. No warm-up activity in Camden's bullpen. Singer's going to at least have to finish the 5th, you would presume. Simmons out to a small lead at first. It'll be a 1-0. Singer deals, and Simmons is going high and away. Tough pitch to throw on, way outside the strike zone. Throw down to second. Simmons slides in head first for good measure, but has that stolen easily. Second stolen base of the evening for York. Patterson stole second in the 4th. Simmons steals second here in the 5th. Valdez hitting in a 1-1 count. Tough pitch to throw on, and Kearns had no chance at getting Simmons there, so a base hit could give the Revs a 4-0 lead. Paniagua's solo shot in the 3rd and his 2-run blast in the 5th, and Salvador seeing the ball well tonight. The longest tenured position player in Revolution history, the 2nd longest tenured player period, 5 seasons with the organization, second only to Corey Thurman's 7, and he started this year with York, of course, to make it 8. Swing and a miss on the 1-1. Valdez is in a 1-2 count here, 0 for 2 so far tonight. From the stretch, the lefty Singer looks at his runner at second. Simmons there now, and low and inside will even Valdez up at 2-2. Wilson Valdez every bag he swipes, he extends his Revolution career record of 85 stolen bases, tops in franchise history. 2 for 4 with a run scored in the defeat. He was on base for the Boggs homer in the 4-2 loss to Camden last night. 2-2 pitch, skied to center. Coming in is Rocket, moving a little bit towards left. He makes the catch. So Valdez retired, second out here in the bottom of the 5th. Eric Patterson has been on base twice tonight, a pair of singles. Base hit could tack on another run here for York. 3-0 Revolution in the home half of the 5th. Patterson, the 6th batter to the plate here in a big 5th inning for York. From the stretch, the lefty deals, swing and a liner, and off the glove of a diving Guzman, Patterson will be on base with a 3rd hit. So Patterson at first, a liner that pulled Guzman off the bag, off the top of his glove, and then bounces into no man's land. No one had a play on it between first and second, and Patterson cruises in with his 3rd single of the night. 3 for 3. So 3-hit game for Patterson and a 2-homer game for Paniagua, and we're only in the 5th. So Simmons gets to 3rd. Runners on the corners, and 1 out for Boggs. So the Revolution cleanup man and right fielder tonight, 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout. A chance to really perhaps bust this one open. Switch hitting righty against the lefty Singer. He's out ahead 1-0. From the stretch, the lefty deals. Swing and a miss. Chasing it outside. 1-1 the count, 86. Looked like a fastball, so not an overpowering amount of velocity here from Singer, but 1-1 the count to Boggs. His only hit last night was the homer, the only Revolution runs an evening ago. 1 for 4 with his 10th dinger of the year, 1-1 offering in for a called strike on the inner corner. Revolution down to their final strike here in the 5th. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. They do lead it 3-0. Looking for some gravy here in the 5th. Boggs, the 7th batter of this inning. The Revolution with 3 base hits, including a homer and a walk here in the 5th. Boggs lifts this one to shallow right. Will it get down? Diving forward, making the catch is Zach McPhee. Boggs that close to an RBI single to right. McPhee a fine play to make him 0 for 3, diving forward and grabbing it. So the Revolution strand 2, but Salvador Paniagua, 2 homers tonight, solo in the 3rd, a 2-run job in the 5th, 2 blasts, majestic blasts, I might add, to left field, make it a 3-0 game. We go to the top of the 6th. Darrell Henry back in a moment on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Maple Donuts knows that there comes a point in every kid's summer when the feeling of unfettered freedom begins to fold up faster than a picnic blanket at the first drop of an unexpected summer storm. Charlie and his Maple Donuts team understand that all too soon, lazy mornings on the sofa, splashing in the pool, and weeknight sleepovers will be replaced by bus stops, backpacks, and morning announcements. But Maple Donuts says there's a bright side to the first day of school, kids. Because when you stumble into the kitchen that first morning, chances are you'll be greeted by Mom, enjoying her cup of Maple Donuts' famous coffee and sitting next to a back-to-school tradition, a box of Maple Donuts. And somewhere buried in that box, hand-picked by Mom from Maple Donuts' 58 varieties, you may find that, yes, summer is over, but another school year may not be so bad after all. So for every kid coming to grips with going back to school, we say thanks, Mom. And thank you, Maple Donuts.
Maple Donuts taste right.
All right, let's try this one. Wherever you are, WOYK is... That blows. How about wherever you are, WOYK is watching? Oh, no, that's creepy. Let's try this. Take Sports Radio 1350 on the go with the new WOYK mobile apps. Available for download today. Bingo. The new Sports Radio 1350. Available anywhere via the WOYK mobile apps. First in York, first in sports.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Revs with a 3-0 lead as we head to the 6th. My thanks to Paul Braverman for the last two. It'll be Mike Kearns leading off as Gailey's first pitch is high and away. 3-0 on Paniagua's 2 home runs. Yes, thank you, Paul. I know I'm welcome. There's a pitch and a swing and a miss on a fastball. Kearns a strikeout his first time up as the K-man tonight. And Gailey with 6 through 5 innings. Out of the stretch he works, he fires. And a swing and a pop fly, shallow right. Mikey out from second. And backing up, Boggs gets out of his way and Reynolds puts it away. Backing out into shallow right. Good communication from those two. And Boggs could have played that ball as well, but Mikey had called for it already, so Boggs cut off to the left and let him handle it. 1 up, 1 down. And here is Zach McPhee, who nearly misplayed one in right field to end last inning, but dove forward and caught it. First pitch is sliced the other way and foul as it goes skimming up the seats in section 1, right near the railing over the Revs bullpen. And McPhee popped up, also to second base, his first time. And the 0-1. That's a high strike call, although McPhee not very tall himself. One of the smaller strike zones for Gailey to work to tonight. The 0-2, and that misses up high. McPhee is just 5'9". It's really one of the smaller zones in the entire league. And Gailey set. 1-2, and it's down and away. The 2 home run game. Paniagua, the Revs' 5th of the year. He's the 4th different player to have one. Patterson's got 2. Pitch, and a ground ball to short. Valdez to his right, gets in front of it, unloads, and gets him at first by about a step.
Appointment scheduling.
I still don't know how they do it.
They towed my van at no cost with my repair.
It's our ATRA certified technicians. Don't forget the good-looking genius in the office.
Come on, man. I know they helped me with financing. Still, with my bad credit, I don't know how they do it.
I did my research and felt comfortable that Broadway is a AAA approved specialty repair shop. I showed my AAA card and saved some hard-earned cash.
I was happy to get a $100 rebate in the mail after the job was done.
I sure don't know how they do it, but I do know they get it done, and they get it done right.
Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and back on the road fast. Check us out on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
High school football is back, and so is the High School Game of the Week presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Traditional rivals West York and Central meet Friday night. I'm Ron Ruman. Gareth Hissong and I will have the action on GameTimePA.com. Jeremy Jones, West York's former offensive coordinator, returns after 2 years at the helm of York Suburban to fill the large shoes of his former head man, Ron Miller. Brad Livingston begins his 34th year as Panthers head coach. Central at West York, Friday at 6:30 on the High School Game of the Week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine on GameTimePA.com.
On air, online, and on your smartphone. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Bottom of the 6th inning, a 3-0 Revs lead. The line score 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors for York. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for Camden. By the way, the 2 home run game for Paniagua, his first since May 29th, 2011 in Bridgeport. It's the 7th 2 home run game of his pro career, his 2nd with York. The Andres